Alright, and we are recording. Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Darksky. I thank you for joining me today. Today we are going to be going through patch 6.55 MSQ. This is the last little jaunt of story before for the new expansion, Dawn Trail. This is the lead up. This is the only lead up we have for Dawn Trail. So when last we left off, we put everything on hold with the Void. You know, fix things up with there. Zero and Golbez are there. You know, working things out. And at the end of that, we were like, we should really go on a vacation. So, of course, FanFests and trailers have told us where we're gonna go. And we've got the inkling that we're going to be assisting a certain female Hrothgar in their quest, I guess, to become the new monarch over there. So, I can't remember... I should have checked. I can't remember if... No, I definitely did not do 6.4 as Athermera, so this might be the first time you guys are seeing Athermera. I believe I said last time that 6.5 would be Allah's last bout in the MSQ for quite some time, because after that Athermera was taking over. I won't go through the entirety of Athermera's story, but I'll just give the snippets. He is not the Warrior of Light. The Warrior of Light in this story is Meteor. He's the guy from the trailers, right? In my canon, he goes by the name Dietrich Carmine. I think I've talked about him before. Who Athermera is, however, he is a childhood best friend of Alphino and Alze. He's the same age as them, and in my canon, all three of them are 19 years old. So yeah, a childhood friend whose mother was a Garlean spy, and when she was made, she quickly had to grab Athermera and leave everything they knew, well, everything he knew behind, and go straight back to Garlemald. A lot of bad things happened between then and Alphino, Alze, and his reunion. I actually wrote it out in a fanfic that you can read about on my AO3. If I can remember, I'll put a link down in the description. A few more snippets. What else can I say about him real quick? He's immunodeficient. He's immunocompromised. So, sometimes he'll be seen wearing a mask and stuff like that, just because he has to worry about that sometimes. However, to overcome this, he was experimented on quite heavily in Garlemald, and he was turned into a synthetic vampire. Basically what that means is that he can consume blood and it acts as a restorative to him. He can regain HP, basically, from drinking blood. And it also refills his... it boosts his neutrophils, his immune system. So as long as he's, you know, adequately fed on blood, he doesn't have to worry too much about his immunodeficiency. So that's a big thing. And I guess the other big thing that I should mention is that he is a clone. He found out quite recently, a couple months ago, that he was not a natural birth. He was cloned from someone who originally came from Tyrol. So he's very interested in Tyrol. And he also has 7 identical brothers who are also clones. That's all I want to say about his story right now, just because there are literally 70k words of his story that you can go read if you're really interested. Hopefully I remember to put that link up in the description. There's some dark subject matter and taboo material in there, so make sure to read all the warnings before you proceed. If you don't like, don't read. You know how this goes. Let's all be adults about it. And yeah, so just keep in mind as we're going through this, he's not the Warrior of Light. He doesn't even have the Echo. At least not yet. Not that I've established. He's He was childhood friends with Alphinaud and Alisaie and is now their romantic interest. So, there'll be quite a bit of flirting whenever they're on screen, I'm sure. So, let's get into things, shall we? Oh yeah, where are we? We are in his current residence, which is the Levier estate. As soon as Emilians found out that Alphinaud and Alisaie's childhood friend needed a place to stay, she invited him to take up a guest room, and this is what I came up with. I designed this all out. I based it off a luxury, sort of a Greek luxury room, based off of a few references I was able to find online. And I like it. It's very cozy. It also feels very posh, very rich. And it hasn't got a whole lot of him in it yet, because he just moved in. I put this trophy up there, though. Just got that from the joint Allied Beast tribe quests, so that's fun. And yeah, he's got his own little corner over here for his witchcraft stuff. He's a practitioner of witchcraft, but he's got his cauldron, you know, and he's got his altar. This acts as his altar, and I'll be sure to put more stuff up there, stuff like that. But simple room, but elegant, and yeah, I like it. So, where do we need to go? I imagine Charlian. Bill Spark. Oh, we're going to Rod's at home. Yeah, okay. Are we going to talk to Varshan? I didn't think we did that. Okay, I don't mind. It's like, I'm glad I cut myself off when I did, because I realized I ramble a lot, and especially when I'm talking about something I'm interested in. So whenever I just start talking about my OC's lore, I can just go on. And I'm editing it later, and I'm like, did I really talk about my OC for 20 fucking minutes? Jesus Christ. Alright, Varshan. What you got? Like I said, if you really want to know about all that, hopefully there's a link in the description. Varshan has a message from Charlian. Ah, Athermera, one of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of Baldessian request your presence in Charlian at your earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to our friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldessian Annex at once. Kojika awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ajdaya the city, from notable landmarks to the people's lives. This is still much and more for her, there's still much and more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. So the question becomes, like, which expansion is going to be the Mara City expansion? I assume it's 8.0. Oh shit, is that the Dark Knight relic? No, they're gone! Oh, I saw it in the distance for a fleeting moment. Wasn't you, was it? Oh, well, there's a sword and shield. No, that's the old one. Damn. I saw it for a moment. I guess I can show off the, I do have one relic. So yeah, I picked this up as soon as I could. I was capped on tomes, so I was ready to go. It's I love the look of this. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit Athermera's aesthetic. He's very gothic, so all black, just hints of color. And as far as weaponry and armor goes, he'll be very high fantasy for that. Baldessian Annex. Ojika! A warm and hearty welcome to you, Athermera. I gather you received our message. Please wait here while I fetch Kryle and Graha. Oh my god, Graha's finally back in the MSQ, holy shit. Thank you for coming on such short notice. And forgive us for sending for you so soon after your trials in the Void, to say nothing of your grueling battle against the 12. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Erenville. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. I really shouldn't go for the English accent. Why do I try? I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away for a long expedition. Oh, she's wearing the earring. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there is someone whom he wishes Athermera to meet. Yeah, so right now everything that's transpiring is definitely Dietrich territory, the Warrior of Light Meteor. And Athermera in canon is just chilling out in his room right now, waiting for Alphinaud and Alizé to be like, yo, we're heading to Dawn Trail, let's go. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the Studium. Shall we look for him there? Take a sip of my tea real quick. I am drinking some cinnamon apple tea. It's very yummy. Nope. Where's the boy? There is the boy. Nope. Wait. Damn it, I thought I saw the boy. There is no boy to be seen. I'm upset. Now then, where's Erenville? I am very curious about how Erenville fits into Dawn Trail. It's been hinted that he is
Erenville!
Of great importance to something. Something that he chose to leave behind.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Hello?
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
There she is.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is him. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain he's no ordinary man.
God.
I'm Wuklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Oh, she's so cute. Oh my god. Voiced by a trans actress, by the way. That's fucking amazing.
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course, of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Right of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne.
They do have a slight hunch to them, don't they?
As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
I see that Erenville is joining G'raha and Auze in the Wolf Fan Club. Gotcha.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wooklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihyolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met.
Nah, let's go.
If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valiarmanda.
Valiarmanda. The G was almost silent there. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
Strictly of him or nothing more.
Well, the details of the contest have yet to be announced. But the rumors come from someone involved in the preparations, so I'd say there's more than a grain of truth to them.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
I don't know. Emmett Selk said some shit.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tulihyolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
She's very much got that Karlak energy, I must say. Let's see. There looks like roughly the same size. The game is afoot. The chance to see not only Tyrrell, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I am not certain what might be a suitable location for her hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Ham. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed that they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition? The isle isn't far. We would also be helping those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tyrrell. Whatever this creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have a chance to get acquainted. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my god. Crow, when you gonna pick up that brush, brah? Before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray go on ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible. I have to head to Gridania. I'll be right back. Bye. If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, should be simple enough to secure a vessel. So we have to take the ship. I barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. The hunt! Come on, let's get going. There's several cutscenes. Yeah. Mission, battle, progress. Let's go.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear! I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kona's my second older brother, and until recently, he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day.
How many
And so I
siblings
did.
do you have?
I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see.
Okay. Are there any other Kote that we know of?
One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
Aaronville, you gonna throw down too?
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
Sound effects are a little loud. I'm gonna turn that down.
Look! Someone's in trouble!
Quit bullying that scientist. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
Taste my axe.
a little stuck there for a second.
These animals are usually so docile.
I'm trying to think if we might have run into a Mikote who could have been their sibling. No one is immediately coming to mind though.
You really are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
I'll handle
I've been up
this.
here before.
Hold still.
Damn.
Is that all?
That didn't
Come on,
immediately look
let's pick up the
familiar.
creature's trail.
I wonder if that's some Dawn Trail abilities. Torn to shreds by sharp talons.
These claw marks. I've seen their like before.
You have?
It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
It's cool. We get to explore this part of the dungeon we haven't been to before.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
Animal leavings. Gross.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Do you suppose they're upset we disturbed their home?
Who knows? But if they're spoiling for a fight, then they've got one.
Let's head back and report what we found.
Hello.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey. Ah! What is that thing? It speaks?
I don't think I've seen that model before.
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Come, Woklamat.
Right.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
It has dragon sounds for some reason. Colibri. Yeah, I definitely don't recognize this model.
Talk all you like, bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you.
I'm going to have the last laugh!
Ah, shut up already, you blasted bird!
I'm already
So I don't want to be behind it.
Look out! I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Not good. Quickly, gather together.
Really?
I've got you.
That was too close.
Steady now.
Spread out, everyone!
You pay for that. Thank you.
Oh, this shit.
That was hardly a tickle.
hardly a tickle!
Try this.
Oh!
Nothing to it. We have you now, you loudmouth bastard!
Throw everything you have at it!
Yay! We did it.
And I had barely limbered up.
In need of character development, I see.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt.
It's rising up like the
What
Undertaker.
a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks, dirty tricks.
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Income Cryo.
Leave this to me!
There she is.
Have at you!
Cryo!
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
Wait, I just had a thought. The brother Kona that she spoke about is a Makote. Could that be the mysterious Makote that we see in the key art? The one in the machinist gear, I wonder.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm,
Hey.
Pictomancy. As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuli Yolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, it would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuli Yolal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
Not eager to try new food, Graha? With the wildlife pacified and the researchers safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the Calibri meat. For better or worse, there's really only one place we can take it to here in Charlian, the last stand. Come, let us see what Dickon can cook up for us. And once again, fate brings us back to the man with the unfortunate name. Well now, there's a famished face, if I've ever seen one. What can I get you, Athermera? Athermera spends a lot of time here. Oh, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me. I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from some sailors. And for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like, you hear? Wow.
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
What is this? It smells spicy.
It's got a fucking JoJo aura coming off of it.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
God, is that from Thavnir, though? Uh-oh. It is from Thavnir!
According
She's
to
ascended.
Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
I wonder who that could have been.
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Sharlayan.
It's nothing I can't handle.
She's a big girl. She can handle it. Oh, yeah. She's got such Saiyan energy.
Your boorish
I love
manners
her.
reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
Look at him pout.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
I was gonna say they have childhood besties energy.
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead.
Is he an
Since
adopted
ancient
brother, too?
times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne.
4?
But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
Oh. Pan to Aaronville.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
There's 2 rooms
That's very kind of
that
you.
I've been allowed to see.
Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
So it's a little unclear. They said there's 4 participants. Of the 4, there's one... Did they say... I can't remember if she said there's one who cannot win, or if there's one that is not allowed to participate. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to look back at that later. But I'm very curious, now that at least 2 of the, apparently 4 siblings, I think? At least 2 of the 4 siblings are adopted. And I wonder if Aaronville might be the 3rd. Because looking at the key art, I assume that the Malmunja at the bottom next to our new friend, Uklamat, is her brother, who I assume might be the one wanting to take us back to Garlemald. But we'll see. Athermera would have a very vested interest in when someone says, so yeah, someone wants to come fuck up all your progress that you've been doing in Garlemald. So, when do we rope Alphino and Alize in? Because that's when Athermera joins. Whether Wuklamat has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say. But I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. Now then, it's past time I reported our mission success to the guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have a royal meal. I shall come to by the annex later. Till then. What are your secrets? They say the Dawn Trail is split up into 2 stories, basically. You got a first half and a second half. And from what it sounds like the Ritual of Succession is going to be the first half, and whatever the fuck is going on with Purple Cyberpunk City is going to be the second. So we'll see where that leads. Coming bond. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp on Wuklamat's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Numenon is bound to have some information on the company. Be better informed. Just the thought of burying myself in books makes me feel sleepy. We're talking about mysterious lands and unknown wonders here. I'm confident we'll find reports so thrilling as to drive any thoughts of napping from your mind. Come, my friend. Let us be off to the archives. Hey, Puddingway. Bye, Puddingway. Hopefully we find some interesting information in here. So one of the things that inspired Athermera being from Tyrol was finding out that Erenville was from Tyrol, which had me hoped that there might be a tribe in Tyrol that hopefully we could get to go see. But his origins have been very much called into question, so we'll find out. It'll all work out. Principles of Blue Magic and Spell Inquisition. The origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallaki, a tribe in the distant continent of Tyrol. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they have learned to harness the power of wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds, and it is so named for the cerulean deposits that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under the shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Wallaki's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The reason I chose this color, as you will have doubtlessly gleaned, is for the significance it holds to the Wallaki. I cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people from whom the noble magic was born. It still feels like the blue magic that we have is a ripoff. And that's why it's not a real job. Lines in the Sand, the Geopolitics of Heidelin. Let us begin by comparing geographical characteristics of the three great continents and Tyrol. The former stretches from east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately present itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east to west, but harsher when moving north to south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it be by men, animals, or plants. A case in point is the Allegans, who rose to power in Aldenard before advancing east to Ilsabard. Their movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although the disparate tribes of Tyrol waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from the frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Malmuja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly, it is a testament of the autarch's greatness? And so we can expect all different climates in Tyrol. I don't remember seeing any concept art for anything frozen, though. Granted, I think the very far north and the very far south of Tyrol on the map still have clouds over them, so we might not see that. Faded Tone. The flora and fauna of Tyrol. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife. The continent of Tyrol is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become a familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist that are rarely seen this side of the Indigo Deep. This tome introduces a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. Alpaca, accustomed to Tyrell's craggy mountain ranges, this four-legged beastkin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds if not thousands of years. Their soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs and sure-footedness make them capable beasts of burden. Wivre. This ferocious scalekin is a native to the dense jungles of Tyrol. The Malmulja have succeeded in taming them and utilize their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the Wivre is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand the horned brute's rampage. Malagamanda. Okay. This is the big boss. Turiali folklore holds that this bird-like creature is the mightiest of beasts and the very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Eorzean cuisine, a history. It is impossible to adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tyrol. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous popoto, these crops and more that regularly grace Eorzean dining tables trace their origins to the New World, as the place is known to most. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when the Limincen sailor Kedenram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the theretofore unknown continent. Kedenram spent several moons exploring the inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens of the sprawling nation of Malmulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won, along with permission to roam freely. Ketenram would return to Tyrol several times, but during his first expedition, he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Limsa Liminsa. The most notable of these was the popoto, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional value saw it quickly spread to all corners of Eorzea. Produce was far from the only bounty of Keteram's expeditions to Tyrol. Many tantalizing recipes, such as bean-filled burrito, and gripping legends such as the Golden City reached our shores by way of his ship. To those outside the Keteram circle, Tyrol largely remains shrouded in mystery, yet its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. In pursuit of a wide selection of books relating to Tyrol, you are somewhat better informed about the potential destination. Graha will be eager to know what you have discovered. Should you wish to read these books again, speak with the reference page. Scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tyrol, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let us continue this outside. The Nemets do not take kindly to chatter. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we read the very same book on cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tyrol within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? Rather taken by the tale of Kedenram, Potos, legendary city of gold. I suspected any mention of the City of Gold would catch your eye. 'Tis truly a mystery among mysteries. Where is a city whose location is unknown? Here is a city whose location is unknown to no one that no one has ever seen, and yet whispers of its existence continue to persist. Countless souls have set off in search of it, never to return. I can imagine it being a suitable challenge for a ritual of succession. But moving on, did you perchance learn aught about the fauna of Tyrol? Given your adventuring background, I expect the topic would interest you. Why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against a fell beast? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the skies. I should like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists. So far, everything about Tyrol is, so I heard this thing about Tyrol. It's probably not real. That's all we've gleaned so far. Golden City? I don't know, maybe. Winged giant snake creature? Maybe, who knows. Tacos? Urban myth. Never heard of them. I thought I heard familiar voices. Here we go. Fancy running into you two here. And this is where Athermera would come in. Well, well. Have some research of your own, do you? Aye. We hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Rodzatan, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints of history on how neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what of the two of you? What endeavors bring you here this day? A nation composed of disparate peoples of Tyrol. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We'd do well to read up on Tuliolal ourselves. The contest. Is Athermera the only one allowed to help Wuklamat? There's no mention of such restrictions, as I recall. On the contrary, Wuklamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions. Alistair just smirks. I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alphino. We have planning to do. Wait! It would seem that our plans have changed. If you'll excuse me. They never could rest on their laurels. Come, let us return to the annex. If I animated that scene and made it lore accurate, Athermera would walk up with the twins, and he would see Graha. That would be their first meeting. Alize would introduce Graha as her best friend, accidentally creating just a little teeny tiny pang of jealousy in Athermera. You know, just a little bit. Athermera would walk up to Graha and be like, "So, I heard you're the Warrior of Light's wife." I'm not sure what you've heard about me, but I heard wife. There we go. Wait, doesn't it show on there? Okay. I know a wife when I see one. What you looking at, girl, huh?
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story.
Hmm.
What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wurklamat's request? I thought you might say that. With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well. Be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core.
Hear, feel, think.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. But there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
Suspicion! Suspicion! What are y'all doing? Here I thought we were going to meet up in Tural with the other Scions and be like, oh, you're working for the other guys. I had no idea. No, Thancred knows. Motherfucker. He knows. Welcome back, Athermera. If you're looking for Wurklamat, she is currently with the others in her chambers. If you like, I can go fetch them for you. Understood. Please wait in the main hall.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
Okay, sure. Star Trek, why not?
Excellent. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. But I dare say your time in Tural will be its own reward.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
Alphano, Alize! What are you two doing here?
Athermera just walks in casually looking on his phone.
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wooklamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that.
First impressions last.
Ha!
'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphano Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
Huh? Groha, you're in that trailer. What are you talking about? You're gonna stay behind.
But, Raha...
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I do remember thinking it was very interesting that, in the first FanFest, the one that we went to, They said that Graha, Alphino, and Alize would be joining us to go to Tyrol. But at the last Fan Fest, they said Kryl, Alphino, and Alize would be joining us. But Graha's in the opening cinematic. So what's going on?
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora. There. This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loperids. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tyrol.
Just squint at the pixels and you can kind of see it. Oh boy. How long have I been recording? An hour and a half? Oof. Boy. Ooh, that wasn't long at all. Oh man. It's literally just them being like, okay, Wuklamat's here, she's asking for our help. We say yes, and that. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's definitely details I feel that are missing. That perhaps Wuklamat is not telling us, but I don't know. Still, Graha's not coming with us? That is surprising. I don't know if that means, like, why would they put him in the cinematic opening if he's not going to be in the expansion? Or is he going to help the other sides? I don't know. I don't think I've seen this artwork of this show before. This artwork of Ariandra. I thought Nafka sounded like Ishala. Bethan Collinane is playing a lot of people here, holy shit. Oh boy. I'm not as torn up about Graha not being with us for the time being, just because my focus is very much shifted from him to Alphino and Alistair, and they are the ones who are contexts, so still a little bit of bittersweet. I can't believe he's not on the team. Still, he has to. It'd be weird to have him in the cinematic opening and then he doesn't show up until Raw. So the question is, what brings him to the book? And which of the other 4 contestants are recruiting the other science? Because if it's the contestant that Luke Lamont mentions, I don't think she's told us everything about them. I don't know. She seems like she's being honest about that person's intentions. So, who knows? Who knows? Still, this is depicted as a contest. It is not a tournament. It is not a battle to the death. It is a contest. It might even be a race to the Golden City. Who knows? Maybe defeating Valagamander is what you have to do to prove yourself. So, we'll see. And how does things shift from everything going on in Tuliolal to what's happening up north? Now, Kevin and I were theorizing that we do know for a fact now, because it was brought up, that when we read a little bit about the Blue Mage lore here, that there's a lot of ceruleum in Tyrol. So it makes sense that Garleans would want to come over here and take that. So what happens between the point of Garleans coming over to take the ceruleum that leads to solution 9? Because, like, I don't think it's Allegan's. I really don't. It doesn't look Allegan. Some people were theorizing it may be an advanced version of the Mach. The Maki, however you pronounce it. But that's just because it's black and purple. Yoshi P himself pointed out that it looks like Garlemald, but slightly different. I think what happened is Garleans came over and found like this area that was described as having a vast amount of lightning aspected stuff, and they were able to harness that and use that to build a city, which is, for all intents and purposes, Midgar. So, I don't know. It's lots of questions. We're going into this with a lot more questions than I thought I would have, honestly. I thought it was going to be little more than her showing up, being like, hey, I need your help. We get to know each other a little, we agree, and then off we go. But here it's like, hey, I need your help, we get to know each other a little. But Thancred's spying on us, Graha's not coming with us, and it feels like there's information being withheld from us. So... God damn. That was really only an hour and 30 minutes. Holy shit. God. Oh, that was not enough information. So it makes sense why Alphino and I was able to come along. And wherever Alphino and Alze go, so does Athermera. So with this, I can finish his lore fic, which is the fic that I talked about at the beginning of this. I'm at chapter 10 of 11. I wanted to hold off on writing chapter 11 until I finished this patch. So now that I have this information and I know why Alphino knows I want to go, I can put pen to parchment and finish that out at a good, strong, solid 70k. That's I can't believe. Sometimes I'll look at the number and I'm like, holy shit, I wrote that. But yeah, gotta remember to put that in the description. God damn. So there is one more member that will be joining us on the crew. So right now the team is Wuklamot, Aaronville, Kryle, Dietrich, the Warrior of Light, Wuklamot, Kryle, Aaronville, Dietrich, Alphino, Alize, and Athermera. So that's my canon team going in. There's also one more person. I mentioned earlier, for those who haven't read the fic, that Athermera has 7 brothers who are clones just like him. One of his brothers will be coming with him. I don't want to spoil too much, but they didn't have a good... they didn't hit things off very well, him and this particular brother. And the fallout from that has led to this brother sort of being assigned as Athermera's guardian for the time being. So, the 8th brother, there's 8 brothers in total, the 8th brother, Octavius, will also be coming with him. So all in all, and he will be, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a Viper. So the team is Dietrich, the Warrior of Light, Aaronville, Wuklamot, Kryle, Alphino, Alize, Athermera, and Octavius. That's the full party. That's crazy how that worked out. But yeah, I guess I should talk about what I want from Dawn Trail. I want it to be a very non-serious, fun jaunt. Just, let's have fun, this is our summer vacation. Sure, there's stakes, but nothing to the degree of what we had before. This is a reboot, this is chapter 1 of the next saga. So let's, baby steps. How I imagine this is going to go down is Arc 1, as I've said before, in the 2-act play that is going to be Dawn Trail. Act 1 is going to be the Ritual of Succession, which is Scion versus Scion, you know, our crew versus their crew versus whatever other factions are going on. And then Section 2 is the one that we know basically nothing about. Act 2 involves Section 9 and the entire northern half of Tyrol, and we know next to nothing about it. What is going to be the reason as to why we're like, okay, we gotta go up north, and we gotta do something with Solution 9. And we know Solution 9 is going to be the endgame hub. It's going to be where you get your armor and everything. Like your endgame armor. So, I can't imagine it being like this evil dominant force. But who knows? I mean, it certainly looks like a final boss area. It's fucking Midgar. But, we'll see. As far as how I want it to end, I would like, at the end, just a very little hint of maybe what this next arc is going to be about. I don't want, as a writer, I do not want something to be established in the canon that was like, okay, remember the Ascians, remember the Ancients? Okay, this is actually the real big bad that's secretly been there the whole time motivating everything and like whispering in Hermes' ears so that he lets me lead on it. No, I don't want any of that, okay? None of that Kingdom Hearts Master of Masters shit, okay? None of that. I want something new. I do like what I've heard so far of the idea of, okay, Garlemald's gone. That's a power vacuum. Someone else being like, my turn, basically, right? That's something I could see. But I don't want an unforeseen darkness that's secretly been there the entire time. I don't want that. Also, I'm going to say it right here, right now. After Dawn Trail, after things are settled with the Rite of Succession and whatever's going on with Sector 9 that continues on into 7.3, we should be going to that format again where the 0.3 patch is the big patch where the story is resolved before we start moving to the next expansion. After 7.3, I very much want a lot of the Scions to not be around for 8.0. The Scions split. They said, okay, we're going hands off. Time for everyone else to handle their shit. It's time for us to step back into the shadows. Keeping Alphinaud and Alze around? Good. Awesome. Love it. Keeping Kryl around? We never got to enjoy her in the first place. Awesome. Bring Erenville. I could very much see a situation where if Erenville is someone who is very reluctant to lead, which is why he left, I could see Erenville becoming the new, what was the title he used? The Dawn something. The new king of Tyrol. But if he's not, and he wants to come along with us as a new member of the pseudo Scions, that'd be great. So let's see, but Thancred, Ryanje, Y'shtola, I could very much see them. I would not mind at all if they took a back seat for a few expansions, and we introduce new blood into the story. Keep a few familiar faces, keep your Alphinaud, keep your Alze. People love them way too much for us to ever let go of them. Whether or not you bring G'raha around, it would be very bittersweet if he doesn't come along with us after all this is resolved. I wonder if he stays out during the first act, but then we call him in for Act 2. I don't know. But it's only fair that Kryl gets her time to shine. After all this business is settled, I don't know what they're going to do with the Baldessian Annex. If one of them's going to have to stay, and the other can go on adventures for a while, who knows? But, so either of them can come along, but everyone else can stay behind. I want new blood. I want more Wuklamats. I want more Erenvilles. Let's go back to the wide roster of Final Fantasy XIV characters who never got their time to shine, okay? I'm talking about like all the Job Quest characters. There are so many great characters out there. What the fuck are they doing, right? We can easily bring them in, bring in familiar faces that people want to see more of, and that would very much keep it feeling fresh, keep it feeling new, while also maintaining a sense of nostalgia. It'd be great. It's a win-win-win. All the while introducing more Wuklamats, introducing more Erenvilles and stuff like that. Or bring back people who have not been in the MSQ in some time. I'm talking Lys. I'm talking... why is his name escaping me? Amaric. Hien. All of them. Bring all of them. I mean, at some point, what do we see on the horizon? After Tyrol, what did Emmett mention? Mericidia was the last thing he mentioned. So I could see us going to Mericidia in 8.0. But after that, after Mericidia, Emmett mentioned one more thing, which was the other reflections. So I think perhaps 8.0 is going to Mericidia, and possibly 9.0 is us starting to jump to other shards. I'd be very interested to see if we go to shards first, to other reflections first, or if people from other reflections come seeking us out. I'd be very interested to see. There's also little teeny tiny plot lines I'm not sure if we'll ever get addressed. The father crystal, for lack of a better term. The giant purple crystal that was supposed to represent Zodiark. That was shown at the end of A Realm Reborn and never shown again. Who knows if that was meant to be taken literal? Because the Mother Crystal ended up being a literal thing, but it's hard to say. There's the severed timeline that the Exarch came from. Who knows if that will ever come back. We've got alternate timelines to worry about. That is so far in the future. But yeah, just to reiterate the points one last time, what I want is Act 1 of Dawn Trail being, you know, it's an important quest, but it's fun. That's all I want, right? You know, Luke Lamont gets over her fears, maybe becomes a good leader, or perhaps during that process, Aaronville realizes that he's the one that needs to step up. Who knows? But we've resolved that. And then it's like, okay, we gotta go north. We gotta settle whatever's going on in the north. And that leads into 7.3. We resolve that issues. Start making our way towards Mericidia, and who knows what's gonna happen there. I don't even know. Even M itself's like, do you even know anything that's happening in Mericidia right now? Just anything at all? Nothing. We don't know nothing. What a mystery this is. Oh boy. Are these .55 patches always this short in term, always this slim in terms of story content? Wow, these credits have been 20 minutes long so far. I'm gonna grab my phone. Can't believe I forgot to bring it over with me. I'm surprised she kept her hat on the whole time. Honestly, I think she looks better without it. I'm talking about Luke Lamont, of course. Now that I've finished all the content in 6.55, I can go to Twitter. Someone's comparing on Twitter, someone's comparing Moonbrita to Wuklamot. Okay, it's not a literal, like, died, reborn from the ethereal sea reincarnation. They're just like similar characters. This is going to be us experiencing a similar character to Moonbrita, which I can get behind, because I was about to say, time doesn't move, so there's no way her soul could be reborn and grow up that fast, so... We get to 30 minutes of credits. Oh, damn it. I forgot I'm not at the end of the credits yet. I think I just got spoiled on something. I think, unless that was a mod shot, a certain couple's about to be on screen. I am glad that there is a fair bit of mystery going into this. Again, it's nothing high stakes, but it is very intriguing to figure... It's going to be very intriguing to figure out who Aaronville is. I am of two minds. He is either... one of the four participants. He is either, or who walked away from, he's either one of the four participants that walked away from all that, or he comes from Solution 9. Either way, figuring out who he is, where he comes from, if he came from a tribe in Tural, is very important so that I can figure out Athermera's lore. When Dawn Trail drops, I am literally going to be going through that game with a journal and a pen. And just more than any other expansion, I am going to be just writing shit down, even paying attention to side quests. Just anything I can use for that lore. So that... Because I've got to make the sequel to the Fix someday. Oh, God. So I guess I can mention something fun I did today. At the start of the morning, I wanted to have a special breakfast. I usually have a nice meal for patch day. This morning, because it's our first step towards Tyrol, I wanted to have either Central American or South American, some sort of dish from there. So I found a Mexican breakfast called, this was a while ago, called chilaquiles. I originally found this because one of my OCs is Mexican American. And just, just filling out his personality and like stuff that he's into, I came across, the question came up, what's his favorite food? And I didn't want to do anything stereotypical, so I was like, what's like a good comfort food that maybe his mom makes? Maybe like a nice breakfast. What's like a good Mexican breakfast, easy to make, that his mom would make for him and stuff like that. And that's how I came across chilaquiles. I had never heard of it before. So I remembered that dish and I got the ingredients for it. It's an extremely simple dish. It is boil it down, it is nachos, salsa, cheese, and eggs, and that's basically it. But it is so fucking good. I added some breakfast sausage to it. That's only because I couldn't find chorizo in my local market, so maybe next time. But it's so good. I had chilaquiles. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm kind of... In the videos where I've seen it being made by people of Mexican descent, they pronounced it as chilaquiles. So that's the pronunciation I'm going with. But I made chilaquiles roja. Rojo or roja? I think it's roja. Which means red. Just the red one. You can either make that or red salsa or verde. But I got verde and I'm going to make that tomorrow. So I'm going to make the green one tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to that. It's definitely spicy. It's not a level of spice that I can't handle. But, like, I don't mind a little bit of spice. I don't want the entire thing to be spicy. So I don't know if the verde is going to be more mild. Or I could just go with a more mild sauce next time. It was medium heat, so definitely not the most spicy thing I've ever had. I've had some Nigerian food, and holy shit, that was spicy. So I'm hoping for a milder experience tomorrow. Hopefully different flavor as well, coming from the sauce. Because there's also going to be guacamole in it. So looking forward to that. "34 minutes of credits." I'm always afraid, you know, that if I skip this cutscene, if I skip the credits, it will also skip the additional cutscene. We're gonna go for it. Oh, we're not done. Damn, I completely forgot. We hit a yellow quest, not a green one. Damn. Lest you wonder about your passage to Tyrrell, Aaronville will arrange a ship through his guild. You need only worry about your own preparations, and it will take 6 months at the least. Speaking of which, please take this with you, a rugged and ready knapsack. May it serve you well in your coming adventures. Now, I'm not sure when departure will be, but rest assured I'll let you know when I hear something. Till then, please take your ease. Let's see. Is this a fashion accessory? Research has proven that wearing a knapsack or similar greatly reduces the likelihood of being pestered with questions about how you can carry so many items. Used to acquire a knapsack. Final cutscene? Yeah. Alright, where's the married couple? Meanwhile, in Limsa Leminsa. Hey.
When does the next ship set sail?
May I ask your destination?
The north and east, I've already seen.
So he's just going just to go. Okay.
I suppose I'll head west this time.
West, you say?
Meanwhile, in old Charlie, huh? So Astidian's just going to go, and we know that Urianger and Thancred have been contacted directly by someone.
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen. But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways. Indeed.
It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
Y'shtola? Oh.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
Haven't seen those yet.
The fabled golden cities of the New World.
Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn of new adventure nigh. Row forth to break horizons bond, and tread the gilded. Didn't get to finish that, god fucking damn it. I didn't even get to see what it said, god damn it. Alright, now it's over for real. Did we get a new title? Doesn't look like it. Alright, so all the scions were shown in the cinematic opening to be in Tyrol. We know for sure that Alphino, Alize, and Kryl are going to be with us. Justinian seems to be going just because he can. So he doesn't seem to be affiliated with any party just yet. He could be... There are 4 competitors, so he could be with one of the other 4 competitors. They never said it was going to be an even split of all the scions on this team and all the other scions on the other team. No mention of Y'shtola heading over there. What was the last thing she was working on? What did she say? I don't remember. And Graha says that he's staying here. Let's see if anyone's in the room. No one about. So there are 2 scions in the cinematic opening that are so far not accounted for as in going. They currently don't have a reason to go to Tyrol. As far as Athermera's room, I was thinking that this would be Athermera's room. That's the idea I had in mind. I'm not sure if the dimensions work out that way, but who cares? It's a room of decent size. Oh! Fucking Alizé's here! Where's Alphinaud now? Is it strange that after traveling to the literal edge of existence, a simple journey across the ocean has me so excited? In any case, hearing of Kryle's exploits on the Isle of Ham, it seems I have my work cut out for me if I'm to keep up. Alright. Is Alphinaud around? Or I wonder if it's one of those things where you can come up here and maybe she'll be here, or maybe Alphinaud will be here. Because that was the thing with G'raha. You could either run into, like, G'raha or Kryle in the Valdician Annex. Maybe one day we'll get to see the rest of this house. Oh well. Anyway, bye Mom, bye Mom. That's it for now. I have a final chapter to write. Oh boy. I've got a lot of writing to do, a lot of Endwalker to cut out, because Athermera had nothing to do with it. And oh boy. Man. The wait begins. We've got FF7R next month, but I'm not going to be streaming any of that. I'll be way too busy. We can hope for June at the earliest, man. But I'm excited. If I haven't stated before, I'm sure I have. I am of indigenous descent. My people ancestrally are from the southeast United States and the southwest United States. More so around the Texas area, so... The northern parts of Tyrol are going to be like my people. So I'm a bit excited to see how they interpret the culture and everything. It's a culture I'm still learning about myself. Always learning. I've seen a lot of people of Indian descent, as in India, the country, talking about how much they enjoyed Endwalker, and I thought I would never get my turn. So this is exciting. I'm very excited, but now I have to wait 6 to 7 months. 6 to 7 months. Well, I will see you all then. Until then, stay safe. Enjoy the game and other games. If you are so inclined, you can read the fic on Athermera's lore. Just remember to read those warnings before you do. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.